folks, tonight. We've got a couple of interviewees, a promotional video, a musical recording, and of course, our signature game. Let's get right into it. Our first guest for tonight is a filmmaker, musician, and writer based right here in Perth. Please say a big hello to Josh.
Hello, hello. I said it to myself there.
Well, thanks for joining us. Now, Josh, you're a filmmaker.
I am.
Tell us, what sort of movie genres do you like?
So I don't tend to kind of get drawn towards one particular genre. I don't believe not so much in my filmmaking as well as my viewership. It's more of a I like themes. I like directors. I like kind of big on cinematography. Massive camera guy. I love photos. All this like. So okay. I think aesthetic and visual is the biggest thing that's going to draw me into a film, not necessarily genre.
Diplomatic answer.
Yeah.
I'm going to pin you down though. What would you say is your favourite movie?
That goes between a list of three, but at any given time, usually I'll say 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri by Martin McDonagh. It's one of my favourites. Characters, the world, I think it's just enthralling and it's so beautifully awful and it's tragic and it's amazing.
Okay, everything at once. So I have to ask, when you write a story, do you have a process? What does that process look like?
It can kind of change from project to project. I think as a whole, it will kind of start with a concept and it'll just be that progression of that concept, and it'll be kind of putting it to the back of your mind and kind of thinking about it, and I'll be at work and I'll print off some receipt paper because I'm a bartender, and I'll be jotting that down when it's quiet, and I'll be sketching and all this, and like every part of the design, I'll design things for production, I'll do this, that, and it all just helps me to kind of fulfill that idea and get a better picture in my head.
Okay, there is a process there.
There's a process. It's chaotic. It's definitely chaotic.
Did you always know that sort of filmmaking was what you wanted to get into?
No, actually, so I graduated high school in 2018. In the last couple of years of high school, I did a Cert 2 in film, but then I kind of came out of that and immediately was like, nah, it's unrealistic. I'm never going to get a job in the industry, this, that, yada, yada. And I gave up on it for like 4 or 5 years. And we came to a point where I was doing sales for Telstra, soul-crushing job. And I was home one night, I was watching this documentary by Louis Theroux, and there's this like beautiful exposition by this guy who's like on his deathbed talking about, he did everything that he loved. He did this, that, he did everything that made his life worth living, and it was all his art and his music, and it was literally just like a flip of a switch, right. And I came to work the next day, I was like, I'm getting back into film.
That does bring me to my next question, because I've heard you're also a musician, and I'm going to pin you down with these I'm not a music person, so my ignorant question is going to be, who's the better boy band, Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? Yeah, I pinned you down for an answer.
Ooh. I think I'm going to have to say Backstreet Boys.
Okay, interesting. I think that's the more mainstream choice.
Yeah. Bit of a sheep.
Now, you're also at the forefront of Black Horizons Media, if that's correct. How did that name come to be?
So, bit of a funnier story on that one, but it was because my surname's Black, so it was trying to figure out what's a wordplay that I could come up with there, and look, honestly, it was just everything that I was searching up was either a support group for African American people or this, that. And I was like, okay, I got to make sure that it's not associated with that. So there's no misleading, this, that. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. And it was just brainstorming and figuring out.
No, I get you there. Now, I've heard that a music video that you've directed has been nominated for an Innovation Award at the AA Screen Culture Awards. And I think it's taking place this Sunday. Can you tell us a bit more?
I got nominated for innovation in music video. Super exciting. I'll be up there. I'm up against one of my lecturers, Rob Viney at SAE as well. Super cool. It's super cool.
Okay, and you've just finished shooting a short film named Hunt. Okay, and I think we might have to cut it there and meet your sort of competitor / opposing contestant. So I'll get you to move across, and then we're going to welcome Matt.
Thank you.
Grab a seat, Matt. Now, I've heard that you're the Matt in the band, Matt and the Manbergs.
It's true.
You're going to have to tell us, how did that band name come to be?
Oh, well, So essentially, I was part of a surf rock and roll group, and that group broke up. And I sat down one day with the guitarist of the group, and we were just looking through French rock and roll, surf rock. And there was a group called Les Fantômes, which means the Phantoms in French. And there was a pretty popular video game country at the time called Le Manberg. And we eventually tied 2 and 2 together and found out that Le Manberg is the Manbergs in English, and things roll down from there.
Yeah, wow, okay. So how many members are there in this band?
Currently, there are 5 members of the group officially.
And their names, what do they all play?
Okay, so myself, Matt, I'm on guitar and I sing. And we have another guy named Ryan who's on keyboards, and he's been getting into singing as well. And our drummer's name is Marcus. He plays drums, guitar, and sings as well. And we have a temporary stand-in named Joe, who's the current lead guitarist. And our bassist is a guy named Simon, who's a pretty top session bassist in Hong Kong, who's just joined us.
Okay, and those are the Manbergs.
The current ones, yes.
This is the missing Manberg. I have a present for you.
Man-bear.
I
Yes,
think-
Man-bear.
I think the viewers will want to know, like, which one of the band is, I guess, the token bad boy? Is it you?
Probably Ryan.
Oh. You had an opportunity there to
Snap
say.
judgment there.
It's not me. For reasons I will not dive into for the sake of this family-friendly program, it's Ryan.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Now, Matt and the Manbergs has a sort of 50s, 60s musical style.
60s.
Okay, cool.
60s.
So what sort of musical inspirations did you have? for
Well, myself, we're going to be here forever if I had to list all of them. But ones that currently inspire me are more of the Baroque pop movement of the mid to late 60s, like the Left Bank and Honey Bus and that kind of thing.
I mean, you're talking to someone who just asked about Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, but I'm sure there's viewers out there that exactly are picking up what you're putting down. I think people are wondering, though, you guys will be performing a song later for us tonight, is that right?
Yes, we will be.
And can you tell us a bit more about the song?
Oh, it was our breakthrough single.
Okay.
It was called Morning Flight to Grundy.
Well, I think we'll have to cut it there, and then we'll have to be getting to the quiz section very shortly, I think. And then we'll be able to hear, that clip from the music that you're talking about. That's right. All right. We kind of did our bit.
Started from a love of music.
Peace, love, good music, and a beautiful place.
Gitchstock really came about of an idea between Steve and Jim. It started about 10 years ago.
We were together at lunch one day with our wives and cooked up this idea of having a music festival on our property.
And like Woodstock, we thought, continuing that theme, we would have some established acts and also some up-and-coming acts as well.
We get over 100 bands that apply to play here. So, and there's 22 slots that we've got to fill. So yeah, you pick the best of what's on offer, and it's been getting better and better every year. The standard has risen every year.
The country kind of vibe and the family kind of tunes was good. It was nice to have a bit of rock and actual instrumental music that's live rather than just digital stuff. Yeah, it was really nice, and it felt like everyone's getting up and having a dance and meeting people and sharing shots, and it was good. It's a really good vibe. It wasn't the vibe I was expecting, but it was better than I was expecting. Everyone gets involved, and they look after each other. Everyone's pitching in. Everyone feels welcome.
And everyone's just happy and relaxed, and I don't know, it's just a really nice vibe for the weekend.
And one of the first things that we decided on very early on was that it wouldn't be a money-making venture for us, that we would rather donate all the profits to various charitable organisations, and we've done that since day one. That first festival we put together just in 6 weeks was a pretty small affair. So we try and be a little bit different. Probably not a lot of festivals that you can go to where you can camp, so that's a real bonus. And the other thing that we sort of came up with very early on was to make it a family-friendly event. So we have lots of activities for the kids. You know, we have a petting zoo there. We have arts and crafts. We have a mud kitchen, a trampoline, sand pit. You know, just as many things for the kids as we can dream up. And we had over 100 kids there this year. You know, ranging from very small to early teens, and they loved it. You know, and they were occupied for the whole weekend. So it was very good. Yeah, because we've aimed for families in particular, we get a lot of people there who are just happy just to be there and relax and enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, just being out in the bush as well.
That actually makes you go through that stage.
Yeah, a good vibe. Everyone's sort of seems to be in a good mood.
But a great feeling of family, belonging, being together, and just the power of music to draw people together and have a good time. Peace, love, and rock and roll.
And we are back. As you can see, our set looks a little different. It's time for our guests to compete in our signature game and decide who will be today's Master Quiz Builder. For those of you at home that don't know how to play, here are the rules. Players will be competing against each other by answering questions and trying to build a creation. Questions will alternate between the players, with 10 questions being asked to each of them whilst they are reading an instruction card. Now, if you answer your question correctly, you get a point. Answer wrong, however, and your opponent can decide to either steal a brick piece from your pile, an instruction card from your set of instructions, or just one of your points. Now, the player with the most points at the end of the game wins. Matt, are you ready?
Yeah.
Josh, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get started. So, Josh, starting with you.
Do I pick up the first
You can
card?
pick up the first instruction card and start building while I distract you with this question. What country was formerly known as Mesopotamia? It's multiple choice. Is it A, Syria, B, Iraq, C, Turkey, or D, Iran? Mesopotamia.
You say what was the first one?
A was Syria.
Syria.
That is not correct, I'm afraid.
Bugger.
So, Matt gets to mess with you.
Can I steal his CVV?
You can no. You can steal. I don't think you can steal a point. You can steal his instructions.
I don't have
Alright.
any points, so.
All right, you can look at those. You don't have to. Matt, now it's your turn. You can take your first instruction, start building while I distract you. This one's a true or false question, though. By today's medical definition, would Napoleon Bonaparte be diagnosed with dwarfism? True or false? Do you know that, or is this a guess? Or
Well, because Napoleon was average height for his time, and the fact that the dwarfism was only British propaganda.
yeah, okay, that's pretty good. The answer is false. That is correct. He was, in fact, a fairly average height of the time, I think.
Yes.
170
He was average height
centimeters.
for his time, yes.
And so, yeah, pretty far short of any medical diagnosis there. So you've got a point there. We're going to turn back to Josh.
Hello.
Next instructions. Have a look. See how you go. I think you're missing some, so good luck. True or false? Honey never spoils.
True.
Do you know that? Or?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Is this personal experience from a pantry sort of?
No, there
Sorry.
were expeditions that have found 2,000-year-old pots of honey that's still edible in Egyptian tombs.
Yeah, all right. We've got some history experts on tonight as well as brick building experts. it seems. The answer is true. So you've got a point. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Next instruction. Matt, true or false? The word spam was an amalgamation of the words spice and ham. A lot of pantry related questions tonight.
You're making me hungry.
True or false? 50-50.
I was thinking ham-flavoured emails.
Yeah.
False.
Is this just a guess, or is this some
It's
personal experience?
false, because knowing the history of Spam, I don't think there's any spice in ham. That ham, it's canned.
It is canned, but the answer is true,
Ah.
unfortunately. There is something in that stuff. I mean, if you just look at it, it's not natural.
Salt's not spice.
It is to the British. Anyway, I'm going to steal a point.
Yes, I was going to say, Josh, you get to steal a point.
I'm going to steal a point.
I guess your brick building isn't going to be disturbed. All right, so coming back to Josh. Next instructions. Next question. The pygmy marmoset is the world's smallest mammal. True or false? Pygmy marmoset. There's a hint in the name, I guess.
True, yeah.
But do you trust the hint? Is that your final answer?
I've seen photos. They are fairly small. I think they can fit on a thumb, so I'm going to say yes for a mammal.
Yeah, wow. Well, I mean, I'm impressed because I'd never heard of it, but unfortunately the answer is false.
Oh.
The smallest mammal known to man is a bumblebee bat, which doesn't sound like a real animal, but, you know, small things. Must be cute.
It should be.
So, Matt, what's your choice?
I'll take a point.
Take another point. All right. Back to you, Matt. This one might test your geography a little bit. Which country has the most pyramids? It's multiple choice. I'll give them to you now. A, Egypt. B, Peru. C, China. Or D, Sudan. I mean, there's one of those countries that famously has at least a few pyramids, but does it have the most?
Rogers, can you repeat what they were?
Certainly. A was Egypt, B was Peru, C was China, and D was Sudan.
We're just being stupid. I'll say Peru.
All right, yep, just a random guess. Unfortunately, it is D, Sudan. So they have a lot of the smaller ones, as I understand it.
Yeah,
So,
it's probably part of the Egyptian.
yes. Josh, how are you
Hello.
going to... Well, no, you get
Oh.
to mess with
Shit.
Matt first. Either points-wise, instructions-wise, or brick-wise.
I'm going to steal my point back.
Oh,
But
okay.
specifically mine. I don't want any of his. I just want
Okay,
mine.
all right. How
Okay.
are your constructions going? This will be interesting.
I think it's like a frog or Yoda or a plant. I don't know. It's green.
All right. Well, there's no points for guessing what it is yet. Grab your instructions. I'm going to ask you the next question.
This has no further
It's music
instruction.
related. The first Grammy for hip hop was awarded to Young MC for the song "Bust a Move." True or false?
I'm...
Grammy for hip hop. Wonder when that was.
I don't know if you've seen my complexion, but I don't keep up too much with hip-hop history. I'm going to say false.
It is false.
Hey!
50-50. It paid off. You get your point. We cut back to Matt to
Yeah.
grab his next instruction card and his next question. Another true or false. Is there enough gold in the core of the Earth to cover Earth's entire surface? Bit of geology, bit of science.
Yeah.
Yep. You seem like you were working it out in your head and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, that
He's
checks
on
out.
it. He's on it.
That checks out. Look, the answer is true, so well done. You got your points. And we're going to continue on with Josh. Next instructions. He's got a suspicion as to what he's building, but he's got a science question to deal with at the same time.
Alrighty. Hit me.
A jiffy is a scientific measurement of speed. True or false? A jiffy.
False.
Is that because it sounds like a cleaning product brand, or what's?
It's the cleanest way to cut through traffic. That's all I can say.
A jiffy. All right, is that you're locking in?
Actually, no, it is true. I'm going to say true.
Okay, all right. It's final answer.
True, final answer.
All right, answer true. A jiffy is
yeah.
a term.
See, I knew that. I just
It is how long it takes light to travel a femtometer, and which is a 1/1,000,000th of a millionth of a millimeter. Is that what was running through your head?
yeah.
Yeah.
This
No,
is
great.
This was taught to me on play school as a toddler.
Yeah. All right. No.
It's my favourite.
Australian
science.
education shows. Great.
Yep.
All right, you get your point. Matt, next instruction.
Yes.
Next question. Follow-on question. So hopefully you're paying attention. True or false? A jiffy is also a term to measure time. Or am I just making things up?
Read the
Yeah,
cue
somebody has to be the contrarian, so I'll say false.
It's actually true. That doesn't make sense to me either. It's 100th of a second. So, yeah, distance, time, time. Anyway, Josh gets to mess
Very
with
cool.
you now. So,
I'm going to steal another point. I'm playing strategically.
I haven't kept track, but yeah, it's pretty
I hope
ruthless.
someone's keeping
It's
track.
pretty
'cause I
ruthless.
don't know.
Pretty ruthless with the points going around. All right, next question, Josh. You got your instructions?
I got my instructions.
Cool, another 50-50.
50.
True or false, most lipsticks contain fish scales.
Wouldn't surprise me. I'm just going to say true because I know how atrocious industries are.
Yeah, but I thought they were cutting back on this sort of animal cruelty stuff. I don't think...
I think the fish is dead already, if that's any consolation.
Is that any consolation? Okay, but you're going with true.
I'm going to say true.
Okay. The answer is true.
Yeah.
I think a little bit gross. I don't really want to know. Are they grinding it up? Is there something special in it that you can't get from anywhere else?
Better than red food colouring, which is just a type of parasite crushed up.
Oh, you're ruining a lot of things for me right now. So take your point. We're going to cut over back. We're going to cut over back to Matt. Take your instructions. Things are starting to form brick-wise on the table here. But Matt, multiple choice this time. What is a mix of a Chihuahua and a Dachshund called? Is it A, a Frankfurter, B, a Dachshund, C, a Chiweenie, or D, an Abomination? There is only one answer.
I'm inclined to say D, but I'll say because this is an entertainment show after all. I'll say a Frankfurter.
Well, it's a good guess, but unfortunately it was C, a Chiweenie. Literally a word that's never
Chiweenie.
come out of my mouth before.
Pretty
so-
sure I got one of those from Subway once.
Yeah, it sounds like a food thing, so you're on the right track there.
Let's
Josh,
just steal his
Jo-
card.
yeah, I was going to say, Josh, are you going to steal points
Mix it
all
up a
day,
bit,
or are you just
yeah.
going to take his instructions?
No, we've got to mix it up a bit.
Right,
Can I steal a brick? Or is it too late?
You can steal a brick. We'll put that back on top. Steal one of his...
That looks important.
Okay, great. And, I mean, you could even potentially use it for yours, but maybe that's...
We'll see if that
We'll
changes.
see, exactly. We'll
Cool.
see if that works out for you. All right, Josh. Multiple choice for you. New card for you. What does burrito translate to in English? Is it A, little donkey, B, flour wrap, C, meat holder, or D, no yeast? Burrito.
I'm going to say meat holder, I feel like is the fun one.
Yeah, but you can get those fluffy things. So you're locking that in? Meat holder? It was C.
I don't think burritos were originally vegetarian, is my guess.
Oh, okay, all right.
I might be
Controversial.
completely wrong,
We're going to get
but-
emails in from certain crowd, but we're locking in C. Unfortunately, the answer is A, little donkey. That is the one that made the least sense.
That makes sense. Burro.
So, we are going to let Matt mess with you.
I'll steal your point.
Still the point. And then I think at this point, we sort of have to go with what we have on the table now. And we're going to give you all a round of applause for what you've done so far. Thank you. And then before we do reveal the winner of that point swapping and stealing, we're going to cut to a wonderful musical performance from Matt's band, Matt and the Manbergs. So take it away, boys.
you're shaking and you just can't sleep. Your spirit's flying and you're just like me. Awaiting touchdown off the flight for me to say that I've arrived. In tears and laughter I'll bring love to share. In times you feel like crying under your bed. Oh, we go softly in your home to drift off puppy of my own. Nobody knows the place that I am going. Nobody knows why I decided to fly there. But in the arms of when I love, I know it's heaven where I'm headed. You're the reason that I'm here to stand. I hope our love grows stronger than the steel. I will it with my hand. No one in this world is scared about me just as much as you have, baby, baby. I'm leaving on a morning flight to London. Although I know there won't be sun to shine there. Although it's scary on my own, it's better than to stay at home. Nobody knows the place that I am going. Nobody knows why I decided to fly there. But in the arms of when I love, I know it's heaven where I'm headed. Nobody knows the place that I am going. Nobody knows the place I decided to fly there. But in the arms of when I love, I know it's heaven where I'm headed. I'm on a morning flight to Grundy.
Welcome back, and what a wonderful performance that was. Josh, Matt, are you ready to find out who the winner is? This is really the moment you've been waiting this whole time for, I think. Tallying the points, I can announce that the winner is Josh. Hey!
Yay!
Congratulations.
It's because of the window.
Yeah, you're
Push
probably
me into the
wondering what your prize is after
What
all
is it?
that. You get to keep your brick built creation. Can
Cool.
you, yeah, I mean, I think you only get to keep what you've built. So congratulations.
With the
Once
window.
again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a massive thank you for Josh and Matt for coming onto the show tonight. And as always, I'm your host, Marvin Li. This is Quizbuilders, and see you all again next week. Good night. Oh. Hopefully I got that time. Maybe I got the time wrong. Sorry.